Hi, we bought the Fit505 with Smith machine and we're looking to set that up today. Part of our home gym as we expand our home gym. And one of the things that we wanted to add was something we could do better with squats. This is an unfinished basement, and one of the things we wanted to do was to ensure that while we're still within our first year is not do any modifications to the walls, the basement itself, that potentially could void that warranty from the builder. So we've just laid down mat and positioned our equipment on top of it. And one of the reasons we wanted to get a power rack is because we didn't want to modify the wall. One of the things we wanted to do is put a review out there from the time we've purchased it, brought it home, and the difficulty or challenges or ease of putting it together. Putting this together is going to be a little bit of a nightmare. These are the type of instructions that came with it. It's more like a technical spec type of set of instructions than it is a full type of instruction you're used to, which is giving a little bit more direction. Pretty interesting stuff. The packaging on it is pretty decent in the sense of get all your bolts in this type of packaging where it's clearly outlined what they are. They've partially screwed the nuts and the washers on there, so everything's paired nicely together. So that's nice to see. In one of the kits, they actually provide a tool. Actually, they give you a pair of them. So I guess one to hold one end as you tighten the other. Some sort of weapon of the future. But that's essentially, as you can see, there's there for the different head sizes or nut sizes. Not sure why this would be look like that, but I guess we'll find it out. One of the things that I started to hear as unpacking some of the components was almost like sand dropping, but it seems to be, I don't know how well this will pick up, seems to be little black, just seem to be coming out everywhere. I'm gonna have to sweep or vacuum this stuff up afterwards. Kind of wish I knew that this was inside here. Then I would have opened it up in the garage and let everything spill into there. All right. Okay, 20 minutes into unpacking, and I'm still unpacking. See, you've got components here, part of the Smith machine over here. Managed to unscrew quite a bit there. Then of course got everything that's going to be vertical stood up, with the exception of course the pull-up bar. So quite a lot of pieces to this whole piece of equipment. Okay, as the challenges continue, trying to understand these instructions, figuring some stuff out. This screw, which seems to have a bit of a square on the end here, goes in with those holes. As you can see, they're square, and then that will be able to screw that in from that side. But had to literally go through, although it does give the size 65 millimeter, it looks like 65, that shows some sort of length associated with the size noted. Hopefully that helps you guys, whoever else is buying this and putting it together. Instead of trying to figure it out, just know right away where it goes. So in 2 hours, all I did was got everything unpacked, and I got the two sides up only. However, because of the instructions, basically this is one page that covers one image that covers all of this. So one of the things I didn't realize till afterwards is that this part was missing on this side, on this one, and so I have to take off this and this again. Anyway, painful that one image covers all of this. I don't know how many pieces are on that one image, plus trying to figure out the length of all those bolts. 2 hours. Two hours. Finally done this damn thing. Okay, a couple things to note. In the instructions, it's not very clear how the pulley system goes. So we have the, let's mark there, pulley system here, which then goes up along there, then comes down through here, and it kind of shows this in the diagram. However, it's not very clear on the route. It just shows a picture of it. It doesn't tell you how to route it. There, so that's kind of straightforward. And then in the image, it kind of disappears as it goes down below and ends there, and the picture gets hidden. Thankfully, just had from memory from other systems in the gym itself, able to see that this ends up screwing into here. Now this bolt comes on this, or this, yeah, bolt comes with a nut on it in terms of the cable being attached, but the nut is already on it. So initially when you look at it, you can't, where does this go? Does this actually screw into the thing? But like I said, just some history at the gym allows some expertise with that. Now what's nice about this is it's got the holders at the side for a couple of bars, one on each side in terms of the mount. It's the mount itself down here, and so I've just got an Olympic bar right now using that stand, which is kind of cool. It's got the plates back here, but because the holders are so close to the wall, I'm not sure how much use we'll actually have it. Maybe probably the smaller plates will make more sense. The bigger plates, like on this one, a 45 seems like it's going to end up hitting this, and then the ground on the one at the bottom. So if anything, I think this is the only one we'd be able to use any 45-pound plates, but we don't really have too many 45-pound plates. We've got 4. It does come with this set, I think 2, 4, 6. However, those are a pain in the ass to use on these. They just really don't go on smoothly. So I'm going to have to spend some money on some quick release collars. One thing I do have an issue with is this flows nice and smoothly. Mainly because, well, it's parallel all the way through. Where on this side, it actually pinches in, and it's able to bend it a little bit. And this is pretty tough. I don't have any decent gripping tools, so they're able to bend this one so this one is more parallel, but you can still see it kind of comes in, and it's not because I've tightened it. I've been careful not to over tighten these. These I didn't use a hand screwdriver, sorry, not a hand screwdriver, but a power driver at all. I just used a ratchet and did this slowly so it wouldn't pinch. But this one, if I could stop moving around like an epileptic. In this one though, you can see that it's really rubbing. You can actually hear it. So got to figure out a way to reduce this pinch. Otherwise, the only thing to do is to take this off and get a replacement. But I wish I checked that beforehand. So if that's something you guys can check, hopefully, if you get this type of system or even a similar system, you'd be able to double check how do the pulleys fit smoothly within here. And if I had done that check initially, I could have gone back to the store right away. I thought these would actually screw, but they're just really just kept loose. And other than that, pretty pretty happy. The bar for the Smith machine, it's kind of rough, but I think there's maybe some bearings in there to help the load. But it works pretty good. The only thing I will say is, in doing that chin up, if we're facing the back of it, this bar comes in the way. So if you want to do knee ups, I think the only way to do it is to do it facing out, so the back to the cage, to do those knee ups, so you don't worry about hitting the bar that's basically hard mounted in, right? Hard mounted in with these four on either side. It does shake, like it is a little bit rickety, but we don't use a lot of plates. We're not going to be using a lot of weight. That is the Fit505 with a coffee.